So my story really started in 2023 when we were evicted, and it's kind of a shady story because it started out with me asking my mom for help. And when people are related to you, you don't really always see the bad and the negative in them. And I'm super, super independent. I only ask for help or go to people for help if I really need something. So it started then. And to make a long story short, I had came up with majority of the money to fight my eviction. And my mom was just supposed to help me with this payment plan because I came up with a payment plan with the landlord. We came up with an agreement. In the day I was supposed to pay them out for the payment plan, she just backed out on me. She didn't give me the money. So I had to tell the people who I fought so hard against, assuring them that I would have the money, that I didn't have the money on the day I was supposed to have the money because my mom backed out and decided all of a sudden she didn't have it. Well, she did have it. It's just I don't even feel like explaining it. And then it was like, well, we can't help you because these people didn't want to help in the first place. I had to bring them to court to even get the agreement, to even get them to agree. So that was in 2023, Chastity. And so we've been struggling back and forth with housing. And it seems like every time I find something, I have an issue. Like, I'm not shitting you. It's not even an eviction issue. It'll be an issue with people just like being shady with me or just being nasty for no reason. Like the last lady I was running from, what happened was she wanted out of her lease, so I took over her lease. And we got into this argument, well, really not even an argument, like a little spat, because for whatever reason, she didn't want to renew the lease. She wanted me just to give her extra cash without signing another agreement. We had an agreement. She was supposed to come back and re-sign the agreement. She just wanted me to pay her extra without signing the agreement, and I'm not stupid. So I was like, no, you were supposed to come back and sign the agreement. So she got an attitude or whatnot. It's a lot of that going on. I don't know. People here, I don't know if it's a Texas thing or I don't know. A lot of people here, especially like landlords and stuff, or people who feel like they have power over you, they just have funky, stink attitudes. And I noticed that a lot here, especially a lot of women here. They just have like stink attitudes. So she was trying to force me to pay her more money, and it wasn't even a lot of money. I told her I would give her, the extra money. However, she refused to do the renewal of our agreement. So if you're not going to give me anything in writing, I'm not giving you extra money. Enough for me to give you all of this extra money, and I have nothing to prove that I'm paying you X, Y, and Z. So that happened. That's how we lost the last apartment we were in, because we were supposed to be there at least until July. Before then, I was trying to get assistance with the last apartment I was in. Like I said, I ended up getting an eviction, or they'll make it hard for you to pay back your late rental fees or your late payments. It's like once you get to a certain point, and I think this last place I just owed, like, was it that month's rent or half of the rent? And some apartments won't even accept half. Like they make it very hard for you to like just come up and pay them. Like they do crazy stuff. I think this lady, like, I was missing 1 month. I was still within the same month of the payment. And she wouldn't. I think the 27 or something, the 26, she wouldn't accept my payment. It's just literally been crazy stuff, like going from pillow to post, like fighting with people, and I'm tired of it. So this last recent incident, my son just graduated from high school. I have a son that graduated from high school. So, I stayed behind to make sure he done everything he needed to do. And my mom was like, well, Well, after that, you could come home. And I didn't want to go back. Chastity, I'm talking. I didn't want to go back because I know my mom is shady and she has a nasty attitude. Me and her really don't get along like that. So I didn't want to go back or put myself in that situation because she's shady and she's nasty. She's like one of those people that'll purposely kick you when you're down. So I really didn't want to go back, even though I was struggling here and I had left the last apartment before my son graduated, and we were basically going from like Airbnb just to stay. My shirt, just to stay put until my son graduated. So she's like, come on. You could rest, you could relax, you cannot stress as much, right? 3 weeks in, 3 weeks, not even a month. Why this lady start an argument with me and kick me and my disabled daughter out? I kid you. Just started an argument because she didn't want us there anymore. But then why did you invite us there? You know my daughter is disabled. You know she make noise. You know she's autistic. You knew all of this before you invited us there. But just constantly nitpicking with me, this, that. So I'm getting out the shower. Like I'm nowhere around her. Getting out the shower. I come out the shower, getting myself out the shower, coming out the bathroom. Oh, why you left this pan? I'm struggling with this shirt. Why you left this pan out? Why you didn't wash this pan? Or whatever. Just small, stupid stuff. Just picking with me. I'm like, I guess she knocked the pan down and didn't see the pan or spill something on the ground, so all of a sudden that's my fault. You not cleaning up, you not doing this, you not doing that. Whatever I do, you find an issue with it. So no, I'm not doing it. If I put the pan on the counter at nighttime because I was eating something and you put it in the refrigerator by mistake, how is that my fault? And then you knock it down. How is that my fault? Just constantly picking with me, trying to bully me, calling me out my name and stuff. So we went back and forth because first of all, you're not going to call me out of my name and start picking with me and fussing with me and arguing with me for nothing. So we had a really, really bad argument and she was like, you could get out now. You could get out. Your time up and here anyway, gone. Mind you, I never invited myself there. You did. How's my time up after 3 weeks? Because we were back and forth in Texas. Most of my business and everything I have to handle is in Texas. So we were back and forth. So this one time I'm waiting to get paid, you know, all of a sudden she getting an attitude, a nasty attitude with me. And, you know, and I'm like not telling her nothing. I'm just keeping my head down trying to do what I have to do. This lady literally picked this argument with me so bad. So bad to the point that I would never speak to her again. And she can't speak to my kids, nothing. Like I have nothing to do with her. But told me and my disabled daughter to get out. After she picked the argument, and I'm not going to lie, I think she picked the argument with me just to tell me to get out because she's a punk. That's the type of low-down person she is. Instead of her saying, well, listen, I want you to leave after this point. It hadn't even been a whole month because for a week we had left and went back to Texas. Then for a weekend we went back because I'm back and forth taking care of business. The purpose of me staying there is so I won't have to keep paying money for these high Airbnbs and hotels. And she knew that because you're the one that invited me. I didn't invite myself because I don't fool with you like that. And I don't like your attitude. You know we go back and forth because you're not just going to tell me any stupid thing and I'm going to take it. So that's that. So now we back in the Airbnb, you know, trying to find somewhere else to stay. It's really doubtful that we'll stay in Texas. I traveled. I was looking in the Midwest and the West areas. Why every time I'm talking, you have to make noise, little girl? So she's nonverbal, but she's not nonverbal. Like she can't speak words, but then she makes noise as you can hear her making all this noise while I'm talking. So yeah, and it was evening time when she done this to us. Just ignorant, fussing with me. I mean, you would think this lady is 70 years old. She doesn't have anybody else. Her attitude is so vile. Nobody in the family deals with her. And I'm the stupid one, I guess, just because I'm her only child, trying to be a good daughter. Nobody deals with her. Whatever siblings she had left, nobody talks to her. It's because her vile attitude, you know, she stabs people in the back. She does this type of stuff to people. She say one thing, the next thing, she fussing with you and bickering. She's lost all her sisters, and nobody really wants to be bothered with her. So this the type of situation I'm dealing with. And I have a daughter that's disabled. They don't really offer you help in a Texas area, when I was looking for help, I stopped looking for help within the Texas system because everything I looked for was like a dead end on a wall. It was like I would do better. I was doing better on my own, looking for my own assistance and doing for myself instead of just waiting for them to do for me. Everything was a dead end as far as looking for help from them because they don't want you to have anything. I'm going to be honest. They want you to be on the street, laying on the cement, and people to offer you anything. And then what they offer you isn't that much, and you're a taxpayer. You've worked all your life, you've paid taxes. They act like you just out here living off the system. And I know people who have literally been living off the system all their life. They treat better. That's the ones who get over it. But anyway, that's our situation now. We just going back and forth from Airbnb. My son isn't with us. My son is of age. He's graduated. So he's really living on his own. He has his own people. But it's me and my daughter right now. I'm just, trying to take care of us currently. And then on top of that, I have to get my son ready to go off to college within a couple of weeks. So it's been really, really extremely stressful. So this is just like one of my first updates and one of my first videos. I'll keep you guys updated.